Let's talk about how Kayla Wilson, a local high school student here in San Antonio, is much like Barbara Johns 60 something years later. Well, Barbara Johns took a stand against segregation and against unfair building conditions where she had to go to school. Kayla Wilson has taken a stand, and much by herself, to fight the fact that Robert E. Lee is still named Robert E. Lee High School, and it has a statue of General Lee in the front of the school. Plus, in the back somewhere, they have built in a image of the Confederate flag. Well, Kayla Wilson has told the Northeast Independent School District, please change the name of that school. And she's done it for, I would say, 4 reasons. And let's go through those 4 reasons. The first one is school pride. Every student, once they graduate, would love to call the name of their high school later on in life. Oh, I graduated from Booker T. Washington High School, or I graduated from such and such high school. Well, that won't be there for Kayla. How is she going to tell people, I graduated from Robert E. Lee High School, and feel good about that? She can't. And in my position on this is, doesn't she deserve that? Northeast Independent School District, doesn't she deserve that? Doesn't every person deserve the right to be able to brag about the school, the name of the school where they went and they attended? That's one of the reasons why Kayla has started this protest to change the name of the school. Second reason, sustaining the image of slavery. Every day Kayla Wilson walks on that campus at Robert E. Lee, she is reminded of the tragedy of her ancestors under a slave system for hundreds of years. She is reminded of the rapes, the killings, the bludgeoning of black people during slavery. And is that fair to her? Should she be reminded of those things every time she walks on that campus? Number 3, Robert E. Lee was a traitor to his country. And so what are they teaching the kids at Robert E. Lee High School? That it's all right to remember the memory in the name of a school to a traitor? When Robert E. Lee graduated from West Point, he raised his right hand and swore to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. Now, folks, long time ago, believe me, a long time ago, when I was in the military and was stationed overseas, before I went over there, before I went in the military, I raised my hand and said, I swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. If for some reason I had decided to go to the other side, join the North Koreans or the Viet Cong, and I got caught and brought back to this country, I'd still be in Leavenworth. Or, worse, I may have been put before a firing squad. Instead, what does this country do? They give repeal to Robert E. Lee. They allow him to have high schools named after him. He becomes a hero throughout the South. And Kayla is asking the question, does he deserve that? And my answer would be no. 4, there's a certain amount of hypocrisy, folks, at work here. We know that many people ask us and tell us, forget the past. It's over. Get over slavery. We're in a post-racial society. Well, if they're going to ask us to get over slavery, then I think we have a right to tell them to get rid of those symbols that remind us of slavery all the time, vis-a-vis a statue of Robert E. Lee or a Confederate flag. You can't have it one way without the other. And so I think that they should, out of good conscience, take down that statue and change that name. Now, Kayla, much like Barbara Johns for a long time, has been out there by herself. And she needs the support of the black community, not only here in San Antonio, but nationwide. She needs Al Sharpton to make an issue of this on his program. She needs a lot of the people that are leaders, so-called leaders. We just had 1 million men in Washington, D.C. Why don't some of those 1 million men come back here and go up to that high school and join arms with Kayla and say, change the name of the school and take that statue down? We need local officials here in San Antonio. What's their position? What's the mayor's position? What's the black leaders' position here? How about the NAACP? Have they taken the position? Have they joined with Kayla and said, we're going to join you to change this in name and get that statue removed? She deserves that, folks. She's a 16-year-old black girl, beautiful, well-talented, who deserves our support. So I'm encouraging everyone to do something, to do your part, to help her to win this battle, because it's a battle that deserves to be won. This is the writer Fred with this week's weekly commentary. I am making a social deposit into the national dialogue on issues important to Black America. I look forward to a return on my investment when I hear from you pertaining to this issue today at fred@blackvideonews.com.